for you to dismantle the Sharia of Muhammad is a minor kufr. They said to us, the Saudi Salafis, the Madkhalis, Ibn Abbas said it is kufr duna kufr. First of all, the scholars of Islam, they can't make up their mind who made the statement kufr duna kufr. The scholars, they split right down the middle. Was it Ibn Abbas who said kufr duna kufr, or was it Tawus who said it? Was it Tawus who said it, or was it Ibn Abbas? The scholars can't make up their mind. Okay, let us say, for argument's sake, Ibn Abbas said it. The scholars who said Ibn Abbas said it, okay, give us the reason why he said it. Since you said Ibn Abbas said it, when did he say it? Who did he say it to? Kufr duna kufr. Who was he speaking to when he said kufr duna kufr? Because you are telling us that Ibn Abbas said it. So I'm saying to you, who was he speaking to when he said kufr duna kufr? Because for you to understand the hadith, you have to understand the arguments surrounding the hadith. You can't isolate the hadith. That's how I learned Islam in university. The sheikhs gave me the background to the hadith. They didn't isolate the hadith. They told me what the Sahaba, who was he with when he said the thing. Sometimes they tell us the hadith was said in Mecca, in Medina, or in Iraq. Okay, you said Ibn Abbas said it. Who did he say it to? Oh, well, he said it to the Khawarij. Ibn Abbas said it to the Khawarij. Who are the Khawarij? The Puritans who made takfir on Ali and Muawiyah, because Ali and Muawiyah fought each other at the Battle of Siffin. So because Ali and Muawiyah fought each other at the Battle of Siffin, and the Khawarij made takfir on the Sahabas for fighting each other at the Battle of Siffin, Ibn Abbas said, لَيْسَ الْكُفْرُ الَّذِي أَنْتُمْ تَذْهَبُونَ إِلَيْهِ. It's not the kufr that you are thinking about, it is the kufr of the lesser degree, kufr duna kufr. This fatwa of Ibn Abbas was passed at a specific time, for a specific purpose, to protect the character of specific individuals, Ali and Muawiyah. You are not allowed to use that fatwa to protect people like Gaddafi. He's history now. Zain al-Abidin bin Ali of Tunisia, he's history now. Hosni Mubarak of Egypt, he's history now. Ali Abdullah Saleh of Yemen, he will soon be history, inshallah. King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, he'll soon be history, inshallah. Bashar al-Assad of Syria, he will be history, inshallah. You can't use the fatwa to protect these apostate leaders. You, the Saudi Salafi, you are a 5-star kafir because you are lying on Allah and His Rasul by claiming that to dismantle the Sharia of Muhammad is a minor kufr. I put it to you that you, the Saudi Salafi, you are a 5-star kafir because you are trying to change Islam. Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah said it is the ijma of all the Muslims that whenever you dismantle the Sharia of Muhammad, you become a kafir. And you are saying, I don't agree with that ijma, we think it is kufr duna kufr. We say to you, Allah told you in Surah Nisa 115, anybody who goes against the ijma of the Muslims, such a person is a 5-star kafir who shall be dumped in the hellfire to abide forever and ever. I'm not finished with refuting kufr duna kufr. I'm not finished with refuting the aqidah of kufr duna kufr. Okay, shukran, Authentic Tawhid 19, for bringing the fatwa of Ibn Kathir. It has become among his sons, Genghis Khan, the Tatar, a followed law. Which law is that? Al-Yasik, the book Al-Yasik, in which they take a bit of Islam, a bit of Judaism, a bit of Christianity, and they make up their own Sharia called Al-Yasik. I hope you know what Al-Yasik is. Because if I speak to you in private PM and ask you about Al-Yasik, and you don't know what is Al-Yasik, I will be offended. I will be very, very offended. Because one day I was speaking to a sister in private PM, and when I asked her what is Al-Yasik, she said, I don't know. Al-Yasik is the Bible of Genghis Khan, the Tatars. So for you to not know what is Al-Yasik, I will be offended. They govern the Muslims with al-Yasik. This is how you checkmate a Saudi Salafi. Because they think when they had the scholars deported and incarcerated, the UK is now their playground. They are on honeymoon. All the scholars of the Haqq are deported and incarcerated. Abu Hamza and Abu Qatada is rotting in Belmarsh. Therefore, we, the Saudi Salafis, the UK is now our playground. We can lead the Muslims to the hellfire like a lamb to the slaughter. Because we conspired with the Scotland Yard to dump all the scholars in prison. Abdullah Baker said for 5 years I've been spying for Scotland Yard against the Muslims. The leader of the Saudi Salafis in the UK. They have gone so deep in their kufr, they now preach Darwinism in their masjids. Did you know that? They have gone so deep in their kufr, they preach Darwinism in their masjids in Leytonstone, East London. The Deobandis have gone so deep in their kufr, they preach democracy in their masjids. When I was on tour of South Africa, I saw the Deobandis preaching democracy in their masjids. ANC, the Deobandis, they preach democracy in their masjids. That's how deep they've gone in their kufr. The Saudi Salafis have gone so deep in their kufr, they preach Darwinism in their masjids. Because they believe in what the Gora believes. The Gora is their master, the white kafir. They spy for the Gora, the Saudi Salafis. They have the same, they call the Muwahhidin Khawarij and terrorists. They follow the media of the Gora and call the Muwahhidin terrorists. They follow the Gora to the letter. To the extent they preach Darwinism in their masjids. We are telling you how to refute the Saudi Salafis. The argument of kufr duna kufr. Al-Yasik was the book ruled. This book Al-Yasik was used to rule the Muslims. The people who were using Al-Yasik to rule, they said, we are Muslims. But we rule with Al-Yasik. This was some 700 years after the Hijrah. When the Tatars were defeated at the Battle of Ain Jalut by the Egyptians, they said, okay, okay, we will embrace Islam. We are now Muslims. And they were ruling the Muslims, and they said, we will rule with Al-Yasik. Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah, they were Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah. Okay, shukran. Authentic 21 for the link. Just in case some people think Sheikh Faisal is a liar and a slanderer.
And in fact, the ayah implies that Adam ﷺ had a natural process as well as a miraculous origin. And of course, the beginning of life is a miraculous intervention, if you like. In fact, everything in day-to-day existence is a miraculous intervention. The tafsir, it's only the tafsir which says Adam ﷺ did not have a father or mother, and that's what people have believed for centuries. Yes, of course. And that's what we all used to believe. Like I explained. What I'm saying is, because of the overwhelming evidence for evolution, but it is a scientific theory. If you can prove it wrong, prove me wrong. Prove it wrong. I advise people to just research some basic science. We have no excuse for this. We have biology departments everywhere. We have the Natural History Museum, free here in London. Go and learn some basic science, or read a book like this, The Origin of Humankind by Richard Leakey. And the distant ancestors who are apes go back millions, 5, 7, 10 million years. And what we have is fossils, loads of fossils, the skulls. Every so often you see on the news a hominid skull, a new skull, which is, part ape, part human, etc., etc. We're talking about millions of years.
Yes, English, have we descended from apes?
Yes, apes and humans have a common ancestor.
I said yes,
ape or
already.
human. Yes.
Shukran for the link about Darwinism in the masjid. They ruled the Muslims with Al-Yasik, the Bible of Genghis Khan, written from his Aql. Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah, they were the sheikhs who were alive at that time. They made takfir on the rulers who governed the Muslims with al-Yasik and fought them. No Muslim, no scholar, past or present, said Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah were wrong to make takfir on people who govern with al-Yasik, because to dismantle the Sharia of Muhammad is a minor kufr. That's how you checkmate a munafiq, a Madkhali, a Saudi Salafi. I put it to you. When Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah made takfir on those who govern with al-Yasik instead of the Sharia of Muhammad, no Muslim, past or present, said Ibn Taymiyyah was overreacting, Ibn Kathir was overreacting by making takfir on those who govern with al-Yasik, because to dismantle the Sharia of Muhammad is a minor kufr, is not a major kufr. Every scholar, past and present, said what Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah did was right. Do you know why? Because it is known of Islam by necessity that whenever you dismantle the Sharia of Muhammad, you become a 5-star kafir. I put it to you that a Saudi Salafi is a munafiq, and a woman who is married to one of them is committing zina. All the kids from that marriage are bastard kids. They are not allowed to lead the salah in the masjid, and that marriage is non existent. Why? Because they are guilty of going against the ijma of the ummah. Ibn Taymiyyah said in his fatwa, a scholar who abandons what he has learned from the Quran and the Sunnah and follows a ruler who does not rule in accordance with the teachings of Allah and His Messenger is an apostate. Such a scholar is an apostate and a disbeliever who deserves punishment in this world and in the hereafter. Yes, Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah, they made takfir on the wicked.